I'm Kurt from Lambchop. This is lxjovem.
Hi there, Kurt.
Hello.
Hello. What's it like being in Lisbon, sunny and stuff?
Beautiful. This is the nicest weather we've had in weeks. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Brushing out her curls and braids. The evening had arranged the night before.
The decline of country and Western civilization, the woodwind years, part 2. How did you come about that, the collection of songs?
Well, it was a record label idea. For me, I think, these retrospectives or collections are good when you're dead, but I'm not dead. So, I thought, well, but it was something they wanted to do, and I was like, okay, fine, But for me, it's maybe a little early. I still have more songs to make, But it was nice in a way because you get to see sort of a progression or a growth, and maybe it's time making records for so long, I don't know. But, it was kind of scary at first, but, it's okay. I have reached and scraped and borrowed. I have all but paid the price.
With Damage being a relatively different album than previous material, where do you think the future leads you in terms of different things Lambchop could do?
Wow, that's the thing about what's great about being in Lambchop is that I think there's so many possibilities, and it's really nice that we have that sort of flexibility. We can go this way or that way or whatever, so it's just a matter of thinking about maybe what's going to be the most fun and then trying that, and yeah, I don't know yet, but I have ideas.
You guys have a huge number of members for a band to especially tour with. Do guys in the band generally have weird ideas you go and follow and stuff like that?
Sometimes, that's kind of the idea. Is I bring these songs to them, and then they add their elements to it, or their thoughts, or their impressions of what this music is, and that's what ends up making the sound that we call Lambchop. Yeah.
Does living in Nashville really affect what you do in your music?
Yeah, sure, but I think if we lived somewhere else, Chicago or something, it'd have been a different type of band. But what that is about Nashville, I'm not sure. It's just the type of people that are from there, the world that we live in. There's a different kind of. Music is an industry there. Like, I don't know, some places the industry is plumbing or automobiles or whatever. And, it has that type of a flavor to the town. In our town, it's not factories, it's this music business thing. There's a lot of levels of musicians and type of people and ideas. There's people that are very establishment, there are people that are anti-establishment, and that kind of thing going on. There's people that are experimenting just for the fuck of it or whatever. It's because it's just more fun than their regular job, which is sitting there, making, cereal commercials or whatever, So there's a reason to have fun and make music, and because of that, there's something fun about the bands and the people who make music, that they want to have fun for one way or another, and I like that. You can turn me on almost any day.
Do you actually like any, more traditional country stuff, for instance?
Sure. I mean, the stuff I grew up with, I lived in Nashville a long time, and the traditional country music, when I was a kid, I didn't like it so much, but now I really like it a lot, and I don't know, I find it still interesting, and I don't know what that means. A 4-month-old rat terrier. When
you look at the titles of your previous works, how do you feel towards that?
I still think it's kind of funny, I don't necessarily. I think it definitely reflects a man who was, maybe almost 20 years younger, who was really wanting to have fun with words and to see what would happen,
you seem to, be able to title your stuff really well, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, hopefully, those kind of ideas still stick around and are still good. It's hard to say, and that, I guess, is what's scary about making something like a compilation, a collection of older songs. In my mind, I'd always just keep moving forward. I'm not like, looking back, oh, that was a good year, I mean, for me, the good years are still there. I just got to go get them. And I'd like to find...
Do you still enjoy making videos? I remember the Nixon one, the Up with People one, which was, absolutely, memorable. But are you still into that?
Oh, I am. I find it more and more. I'm into the idea of film and music put together. I have yet to figure out a way to do that financially successfully, and that's I think something that is a difficult thing to do, but it does seem like it's becoming more and more accessible now, the way film has become, that it's definitely not as expensive to do it, and it's something I definitely want to work on some more.
I'd find a shotgun or a musket, but you'll never hear a pistol.
From your contemporaries in the indie genre, if you want, do you still get along with a lot of people? And if so, who?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's like lots of friends that are, oddly enough, a lot of them I always thought would be making music and I wouldn't, and a lot of them have stopped. But, people like Yola Tango, they're very close friends and I love them. And Vic Chestnut's still around. But there's a lot of people you meet. There's a fellow named Matt Suggs. He used to be in a band called Butterglory. He's now in a band called White Whale. He's still out there making music. I saw him just before I left. It's great to see these people again, But, God, there's so many, I guess I'd like to sell a good used paperback, living by